Welcome to How to Build Your Financial IQ series. Just about all of us recognize that a person with a mental IQ of 130 is supposedly brighter than a person with an IQ of 95. The same parallels can be drawn with financial IQ. You are able to be the equivalent of a genius when it comes to academic intelligence, but the same as a cretin when it comes to financial intelligence. Often people ask, what is the difference between financial intelligence and financial IQ? The answer is, financial intelligence is that share of our mental intelligence we apply to solve our financial troubles. Financial IQ is the measure of that intelligence. It's how we measure our financial intelligence. Take a look at this graph. For instance, if a person earns $100,000 and pays 20% in taxes, they bear a higher financial IQ than somebody who earns $100,000 and pays 50% in taxes. In this illustration, the individual who earns a net $80,000 after taxes has a greater financial IQ than the individual who earns a net $50,000 after taxes. Both have financial intelligence. The one who holds on to more money, however, has a higher financial IQ. What we will cover here in this series: we will cover earning money. We'll look at solving the income dilemma, as well as how to start your own website with free tools, hub pages, or Squidoo. As well, we'll cover finance tips. We'll look at empowerment for prosperity and where to find hypnotherapy for empowerment. We'll also look at how to get debt-free. Finally, we'll take a look at thinking like a millionaire. We'll look at how to do it, and we'll also play the millionaire game. By the time we finish this series, you should be able to answer these questions better. Do you have a millionaire mind? Why do some people seem to get rich easily? Why do the rich get richer? The secret is that wealthy people have a millionaire mental money attitude and a high financial IQ. So let's get started. Now we're going to take a look at earning money. To work out the income problem, we have to increase the income that comes to us without having to trade more time for dollars. We have to leverage our time. For this, there is the world of internet income. You can choose internet network marketing as a stream of income. Internet network marketing is simply marketing and conducting your business on the internet. Network marketing isn't the old-style MLM programs of selling products in people's living rooms, knocking on doors, hosting hotel parties, and trying to sway unmotivated people to join your program. It is a whole new business style for the entrepreneur to make money. You can make a little extra spending money, or you can make a good deal. You get to choose. If you decide you want to pursue internet network marketing, you will need your own website. Now let's take a look at how to start your own website. Don't know a thing about websites? Not to worry. There are free tools available and sites that offer a place to begin that even a newbie can manage. We will just touch on the subject and cover just a few here. But there is information on everything you can imagine for online marketing at MLM Leads and Recruiting Tips. Now let's have a look at a free full-feature website for the beginner. There is a site that provides all the tools you need to create a professional-looking website in just minutes. You can add a blog, forum, calendar, photo gallery, video gallery, and much more. You also have the ability to add members and create personal profiles so you can turn your site into a community where friends, colleagues, and family can connect and collaborate. The site is here. When you get to the site, you'll see they show you that you can create your own websites for free. What you do is you will pick a site address and it will end with .webs.com. Create a password and click on Create Website, and you will be taken through the instructions from there. There are many features to choose from. You can choose from more than 300 templates for your site. You get an easy to use page editor, so you don't have to be so up on HTML. You can organize, share photos, show and share video. You can also communicate through blogs and forums. Use a calendar feature. You can access and add widgets from around the web to your website. You can also add a shopping cart feature that will help you if you're trying to sell products and services. You can turn your website into a social network for networking for your business. As well, you can generate insight into your audience. You can see who's viewing your website, which pages they view, which can be a very helpful feature in growing your business. One of the main roadblocks people face when starting a work-at-home business is the ability to advertise and promote their business site. One method that has worked best for me is Squidoo Lenses. If you aren't familiar with Squidoo, it's basically a social networking site where you build pages called Lenses on any topic you want. Hub pages are basically the same as Squidoo Lenses, but with a lot fewer options. If you choose this method of advertising, you have to be careful not to be too commercial or overly promote outside links. Squidoo can be found here, and hub pages can be found here. Now let's move on to the next video in the series. Now let's take a look at some finance tips. Here we will have a look at empowerment for prosperity. Personal empowerment is about you taking control of your own life and your finances. Whatever you think about often, you attract into your experience. Whatever you give the majority of your attention to, you attract into your experience. It is always working, whether you are aware of it or not. It even works whether you believe that it does or not. If you always expect good things to happen to you, they will. If you think you always have bad luck, you will. If you think you're penniless, you are. If you think you're well off, you are. If you think you're sick, you are. If you think you're strong, you're strong. If you think you're a loser, you are. If you think you're worthy, you are. If you think you can't, you can't. If you think you can, you can. And on and on. Visualization is a powerful way to speed your achievement of an intended goal and can work for anything. For example, close your eyes and think about a person that you would want to spend the rest of your life with. Or, if you don't like that particular person anymore, close your eyes and think about where you'd rather be right now. like maybe your dream house, your dream vacation, hiking a trail, relaxing on a beach somewhere, taking a cruise, or whatever else you think of that you'd rather be doing. When you see a mental picture of it, you've just visualized. If your strongest desire is more money, then describe the money. Where is it? What denominations? Are you rolling around in it? Does it smell like money? Are you lighting your cigars with it? Enjoy what you're doing with your money. Affirmations are another great tool for empowerment. What are affirmations? They are a declared statement or phrase that a person believes is true. They are a split-second ceremony that occurs in our minds 100 times a day. It is the phrases and statements you make to yourself all day, every day. The more you say them, the more you believe that they are true. Do these statements make you feel good? If not, then it is helpful to choose positive statements to replace that old self-talk. Powerful positive statements are extremely helpful in breaking those nasty old negative thoughts that interrupt your journey that is pleasing to you along the way. Examples of positive affirmations: I am worthy. I am filled with wonderful ideas. I am growing more and more confident every day. I deserve to be wealthy. I have all the money I want or need, and I attract all the wealth I need or want. Hypnotherapy is yet another great tool for empowerment. Consciousness is everything and creates our reality. As our awareness grows, we become conscious of ourselves. Then we become conscious of all others, and then of the fact that there are no others, that we all are one. The purpose of our lives is to remember and recreate who we really are. You will find a really great hypnotherapy series called Millionaire Mindset, the Financial IQ Empowerment Series, here. Now let's look at how to get debt-free. Have you noticed the less debt you have, the more free you feel? If you have debt that feels like a heavy burden, turn your attention to becoming debt-free. If you feel trapped by debt, set up an automatic debt reduction system, then focus on prosperity. If you type debt elimination system into Google, you'll see that many sites come up. Find the one that makes the most sense to you personally, but basically it comes down to this: spend less than you earn. Another and perhaps better way to look at this is to earn more than you spend. Don't get me wrong, I think spending money is good, but living within your means is the key to financial success. If you can combine both of these principles, earn more and spend less, you will be ahead of 95% of the world. Save and invest. Money saved is worth more than money earned, and you should take advantage of that principle. Once you have a surplus of money, you need to do something constructive with it. Saving and investing is the best way to do that. Compound interest has been called the strongest force in the universe, and you want that force working for you. There are many ways to invest, and as long as you take wise investment decisions and let time and compound interest work for you, you will be successful. Start by paying yourself first. Repeat. Earn money, spend less than you earn, save and invest, repeat. After that, it's just a matter of time. Even if it takes years or decades, the process really is that simple. Now let's move on to the next video in our series. Our final part of the series is thinking like a millionaire. The missing link to prosperity is having a millionaire mindset. This money attitude is the secret link between wish for wealth and the actual realization of it. If you're not doing as well as you would like, all it means is there is something you don't know. We will look at this here. Have you signed up for wealth programs, joined multi-level marketing plans, read the Get Rich books, listened to training CDs, attended seminars, learned the stock market, tried a home-based business? Did you get excited for a short time, but then found out that wealth was still elusive? What happened? Perhaps you were missing the mental money attitude of the millionaire mindset. When two people have the same education, intelligence, skills, contacts, job, business, and investment, but one gets rich easily and the other struggles financially, what's going on? The difference is in their mental money attitudes. If you are rich and happy, keep doing what you're doing. If not, consider thinking in a new way. What is thinking like a millionaire? If you have a current money blueprint, it will tend to stay with you. This is why the rich get richer. If you are not doing as well financially as you would like, you will have to change your money blueprint. You need to think like rich people think and do what rich people do. Your money and financial assets are all happening because of the story that you tell. If you want to change, you have to tell a new story. To be successful, you have to tell a prosperous story. The law of attraction. Earlier in this series, you learned that everyone affects their own experience. However, one cannot affect our experience unless we give our attention to them. If you don't like the experiences you are having, then you must choose different thoughts to give your attention to. When you begin to focus your attention on what you really want instead of what you don't want, your experiences will begin to change. You also need to get financially unstuck. Thinking like a millionaire is not just for poor people to learn, it is also the secret to getting financially unstuck. For example, if you already earn $500,000 per year and you really want to have more wealth, but just cannot seem to break through this amount, you are financially stuck. Learn new ways to think. Learn new attitudes and beliefs. Thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, and actions lead to results. Now let's play the millionaire game. Take out a pencil and paper, listen to the first pair of statements below, and choose which one you agree with the most. Choose the number 1 or 2 for the statement you agree with the most and jot that number down. If you're unsure, choose the one you say most often or think most often, and we'll repeat this process as we go through all of the statements. Ready? First question. Either choose 1 or 2. I tend to mismanage my money, or I tend to manage my money well. Life happens to me, or I create my life. I play the money game not to lose, or I play the money game to win. I want to be rich, or I am committed to being rich. I tend to think small, or I tend to think big. I tend to focus on obstacles, or I tend to focus on opportunities. I resent rich and successful people, or I admire other rich and successful people. I want to play it safe and feel secure with money, or I want to let passion and burning desire direct my decisions. I tend to associate with negative or unsuccessful people, or I tend to associate with positive, successful people. I don't care for selling and promotion, or I am willing to promote myself and my value. When making decisions, I tend to choose having either or when making decisions, I tend to choose having both. I choose to get paid based on time, or I choose to get paid based on results. I focus on my working income, or I focus on my net worth. I work for money, or I have my money work for me. I tend to let fear stop me, or I tend to act in spite of fear. I think I already know, or I constantly learn and grow. The love of money is the root of all evil, or the lack of money is the root of all evil. I can't afford it, or how can I afford it? The rich should pay more in taxes to take care of those who are less fortunate, or taxes punish those who produce and rewards those who don't produce. Continue to the next video for the rest of the game. Study hard so you can find a good company to work for, or study hard so you can find a good company to buy. The reason I am not rich is that I have kids, or the reason I must be rich is that I have kids. Money and business should not be discussed at the dinner table, or it is good to discuss money and business at the dinner table. When it comes to money, it is better to play it safe and not take risks. Or, when it comes to money, it is better to learn to manage risk. My house is my greatest asset, or my house is a liability if it is not paid for. My house is my largest investment, or if my house is my largest investment, I am in trouble. I pay my bills on time and I pay my bills first, or I pay my bills on time but I pay my bills last. I have worked hard for my government and I am entitled to the benefits, or entitlement mentality creates weak and financially needy people. Job protection and benefits are more important at times than the job, or total financial self-reliance is more important than jobs and benefits. It is a struggle to save a few dollars, or it is simple to create investments. Learn to write an impressive resume so you can find a good job, or write strong business and financial plans so you can create jobs. I will never be rich, or I am a rich person and rich people don't do fill in the blank. I am broke, or broke is temporary. I am not interested in money. Money does not matter, or money is power. Study hard, earn a degree, and get a good job to work for money, or study to be rich, understand how money works to have money work for you. I work for money, or money works for me. It is important to have an emergency fund, or it is important to have a financial freedom fund. Save money for a rainy day, or create investments for financial freedom. I have to earn a living and cannot do what I love, or I insist on following my passion. I don't understand investments, finances are too complicated, or I constantly learn and grow. The goal of wealth is to have a lot of money, or the goal of wealth is to grow yourself into the best person you can possibly be. Money doesn't buy happiness, or having more money will make life a lot more fun. If I had enough money, I would give to good causes, or I give money to good causes no matter how much money I have. It's not my fault that I am not rich, it's the economy, or I always find a way of making money no matter what the economy is doing. My goal is to have enough money to pay my bills and feel secure, or my goal is to create wealth and abundance. I tend to have fear and self-doubt when it comes to money, or I am confident in my abilities and have courage when it comes to money. I tend to let fear keep me from taking action, or I tend to take risks and let my knowledge convert my fear into power and insight. My most important asset is my house, or my most important asset is my mind. I don't like taking risks, or I like taking calculated risks. The only way I know to solve financial problems is to work hard, save, and borrow, or I am very creative in solving financial problems. Money is very real, or money is not real. Money is what we agree it is. Now let's take a look at your scorecard. Count the number of times you selected statement number 2. Write your answer down. Multiply the answer by 2. Put your total into the statements below to see how you think. If you checked statement 2 for 30 of the pairs, your total would be 30. You would multiply that by 2 and come up with 60. Therefore, you would see I think rich thoughts 60% of the time, or 60% of my thoughts are rich thoughts. If you're not doing as well as you would like, all it means is you need to have an attitude of prosperity. Weed out all those thoughts that feel poor when you think them. Learn new ways to think and develop your financial IQ. Learn new attitudes and beliefs. Try thinking more like rich people think and doing more like rich people do. And watch your financial IQ grow.